Hello and welcome to In the Kitchen with Pen. And today on my Lidl app, if you haven't got it, download it to your phone if you're shopping Lidl's. It doesn't cost you anything, just swipe it. You occasionally get money off things, you get vouchers, and I had a voucher for free fruit that I had to use today. So I picked up a large punnet of strawberries, 600 grams I think. Yeah, 600 grams, and it cost me nothing. So, and I thought, oh, yeah, I could just eat them, but let's make something with them. So I'm going to make a really simple dessert, and it's called a mille-feuille. And mille-feuille means a million layers, I believe, actually. So my ingredients are strawberries, double cream, vanilla extract or paste, not essence, icing sugar, and puff pastry. So come on down, I'll show you what we're doing. Right, first off I have put the oven on to 190 because it's a fan, 200 if yours isn't a fan oven, and then I'm going to slice these into my pastry into thirds. One slightly over on some, I think, but I can trim them up, it's not a major issue. And then what I'm going to do is going to get a fork. That's my oven warm enough, and I am just going to dot the pastry all over to stop it rising too much whilst it cooks. The paper up, and I'm going to have to do this in 2 lots. So what I'll do is I'll get this one onto the baking sheet, and as you can see I am just using the paper that it actually came on. So let's get, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to do it in 3 lots. Right, so that on there, that's going to go into the oven for about between 10 and, well, about 15 minutes. So in it goes, and I will cook all 3 and I'll be back. Our pastry is cooked and it is cooling. So what I have done is I have chopped up about 400 grams of the strawberries, and I've added a couple of spoonfuls of sugar, and I've left them sitting there for a while, and that will just bring out the sweetness and the just a taste of the strawberries, to be quite honest with you. And now I've got my double cream that I am just going to pop into a bowl, and I'll try and get some of it in the bowl. Then I've got about a teaspoon of, perhaps a little bit more, of vanilla extract, and then I'm going to go in with a couple of dessert spoons of the icing sugar, and once again we're sifting the icing sugar because we don't want lumps, and it just slightly sweetens the cream. Right, can you see we've got some lumps there, so just push it through with your spoon, and then we're going to just whisk it. So I've got my whisk already here, and away we go. And I'm just going to get on with this and come back to you when we've got nice stiff peaks. Right, there we go. That's done. And what I'm going to do, this is purely optional, I'm just going to put a few of these strawberries into the cream. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'll get a slotted spoon so that I don't put too much juice in, and I will just fold those through the cream. That gives the cream that nice little colour, and it means, well, I'll be putting those on top of the cream anyway, but we've got plenty of texture, plenty of strawberries in the dish. And now we can start with a layer. Now, what you could do, and I think I might actually, is just put a layer of strawberry jam just on there. So I'll get that out. Well, if you're going to use a strawberry jam, use a good one, and this is the Bon Maman, which I've spoken to you about before. Not a cheap jam, but oh so delicious. Right, so we don't want half a ton of jam, but we want to know it's there. So we've got our jam, and now we're going to go with our cream, and I do want to know the cream's there, of course I do. And just spread that about. There we go. And then we're going to top with some more of these strawberries. It is, after all, a Strawberry Mille-Feuille. Oh, Mille-Feuille, it's 1,000 layers. I was right first time. See, don't second guess yourself. Right, so that's one layer. And now we'll go on with the second, and we're just going to repeat it. You don't need to see that. Layer 2 done. So now we go on with our top layer, and we'll just push it down a little, and we're going to go over with our icing sugar. I'm just trying to break some down into the right, and we want quite a bit of icing sugar on the top, and you'll see why in a little while. Right, that's your Mille-Feuille done. Leave it like that. Absolutely beautiful. Decorate with a few strawberries. Absolutely wonderful. But I'm just going to go a little step further. Right, I've got a lighter, and I have a metal, obviously, skewer. I'm going to get the metal skewer quite warm. And I'm going to attempt to, that's not warm enough yet. Right, as the more observant amongst you might notice, I've changed my clothes. I do sometimes, you know. No, it's the next day. The blooming phone decided to die on me while I was recording, and I was attempting to get some nice sharp layers with into the icing sugar with the skewer. That didn't work, so what I did was I got my little blowtorch, and I just got it onto the sugar on top so that we got some nice burnt sugar. I mean, Steve said, oh, it smelled like candy floss. I wish it was. I do love a candy floss. So anyway, this has set up overnight in the fridge, and I'm just doing a bit more of the burning. Do you know, I was just going to say, can you smell it? Oh my God, Penny, calm down, girl. I'm going to blame the heat. It's exceptionally hot. Right, and I had to change the board it was on to get it in the fridge as well. So, oh, what a palaver! But, there is our finished strawberry Mille-Feuille. So, I'm going to bring you down so you can have a proper look. Well, that doesn't look too shabby, does it? So let's get a couple of slices off, and you don't need huge slices, believe me. Oh my goodness. And flaky pastry, so yes, it really is flaky. Now, if you are a vegetarian, you can still have this, because the puff pastry that you buy is actually vegan, unless of course you buy all butter. It's actually vegan, and you could use plant-based milk cream. So there you go, you could make it for anybody who's vegetarian or vegan. But just look at that. Doesn't that look nice, all those layers? So I'll cut off 2 slices. Steve will probably say, I don't want it. I mean, it is only 10 to 1 in the afternoon, so I quite understand if he does. But, oh my gosh, left half of that one behind, haven't I? Oh well, that could be Steve's, eh? Right. He's actually busy watching Arsenal fan TV at the moment, so I won't ask him to come through. But I want to know what it tastes like, so let's try it. Right. Right then, there's my slice. Let's get a bit of everything. So I've got some of the pastry, I've got some of the cream, I've got the strawberries, and as you know, I did use some Bon Maman strawberry jam. So let's taste. I'm gonna say the layers are amazing. This puff pastry from Lidl, yes, it's not all butter, but it's very good. Just, can you see all those layers? I hope you can get, yeah, you can get them. Right, so excuse me, that's a big mouthful. I've got a big mouth. Wow, that burnt sugar on top is absolutely amazing. Right, strawberry Mille-Feuille with my free strawberries from Lidl, a little bit of jam, pot of cream and puff pastry. Perfect. So please have a go at making this. Let me know what you think, and I'm going to clear up all this pastry, tuck into that, and I'll see you again very soon in the kitchen with Pen. Bye bye for now.